Hello, I am Gibson Shamar from Hikati Media, and as promised, I am going to talk about Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2. It took me a while to watch it because I had very limited free time. There are a lot of projects that I'm working on, and they're all for Hikati Media. You guys are going to be seeing them come up on the channel if you hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications. Anyway, if you guys need any help understanding what goes on in videos like this, let me explain. I will talk about the characters first, then talk about the show itself. Sometimes I will even offer interesting insight into the characters or the production of the show. Most of what I said is here, though, will be what I think of it, and the comment section is open for anyone to agree with, disagree with, or expand on what has been said in the video, so sit back and enjoy the show. The first character we have is Itadori. He is a high schooler and now enrolled in Jujutsu High, and is a vessel of the most powerful curse of all time, Sukuna. Ooh, scary. He continues on his path of learning in Jujutsu sorcery and has become much more powerful in this season. He is a devoted guy, still intent on giving people respectful deaths, and is willing to put himself in the line of fire to protect others. Next up, Kugisaki. She doesn't appear much in this season. She is still a main character, but didn't have much to do in this season. She's fiery, emotional, and continues to compare herself to Itadori. It is slyly hinted that she may have feelings for Itadori, but then she says something that throws away that fan theory. She meets a girl who has a crush on him, and then gets all weird when she says that she doesn't like Itadori in that way. Later on, she says that she felt that way because he could end up getting a girlfriend before she gets a boyfriend. Weird, but acceptable. We take what we can get. Third is Megumi Fushiguro. He's still the cool level-headed sorcerer we got to know. He has also developed new skills this season and is more formidable than before. His past is explored a bit in this season and we get to see his dad in action. More on that later. He continues with his lone wolf aura, but now is more open to working with others. It's probably because the threats that he is sent out to handle have become much more powerful than what he was used to. Then there's Nanami. This guy never ceases to impress me with how bored he is of life. He carries himself like the ultimate professional. He's always in a suit. Seriously, dude, you're heading to a fight where you have to use jujutsu. Where's something more practical? But then again, anime isn't known for realistic practicality. Have you seen how huge the handheld weapons are in Bleach? Have you seen Zoro in One Piece? I've never watched a single episode of that anime or the live action series, but when I look at this, all I can think is...
Isn't that cute? But it's wrong!
Nanami isn't explored much in this season, and his appearances are very brief. Gojo Satoru. He's the guy, the main man. I think he's the protagonist in this season. His past is explored and we see that he has really come a long way. He used to be a jerk who didn't really care about people, especially if they were weak. To him, Jujutsu sorcery was just a job that he was good at. As we may come to know, he changed his perspective over time. Now he genuinely cares about people, especially those who are weak. His experiences shaped his worldview. One of the people who helped in shaping that worldview is Fushiguro Sr. Yeah, Megumi's father. He was shown in the flashbacks and was revealed to be an assassin. He was very good at his job despite not possessing cursed energy of his own. He was cocky, talked a whole lot, was extremely muscular, but got the job done. All in all, you should be scared of this guy if you see him coming at you, no matter who is protecting you. Sukuna. Sukuna. The main bad guy of the show. It seems in this season the curses have begun to realize that he doesn't really want to help them. He just wants to do his own thing the way he wants to. He still remains a mystery, mostly because of the deal that he struck with Itadori in the first season, which we are still unaware of. The only people who are probably the ones who read the manga. But since we don't do that here, we can only talk about what has been established in the anime so far. We get to see a display of his power in this season, and well, this guy is no joke. This guy is not a pushover. It would take the entire Jujutsu sorcery community to bring him down. Seriously, this guy is a huge problem. Next up, the mysterious yet very interesting Gato. This guy was Gojo's friend when they were in Jujutsu High together. Gato was the one who cared about people, and Gojo was the more lax one who was in it simply because. Eventually, Gato started to develop a radical ideology, and it led to him deciding to end every non curse user in the world simply so that they don't have the burden of protecting such weak people. He's calm, he's collected, and knows Gojo inside and out. He's the one that's behind everything that's going on with the curses, or at least he's their leader. I'm sure the curses had their own thing going on before he took over. Then Mikamaru. I didn't talk about him in the first JJK video, despite him appearing because I didn't see the point to him. This time around, he's only a bit more relevant. Because of the impact he has had on the story, he gets to be talked about. Mekamaru is a man who lives isolated from everything because his body is sensitive to everything. However, he has control over robots and uses them to exercise curses. It was revealed that he was the one who was leaking information to the curses and Gato, but he was only doing it so that he could get his body healed by the villainous Mahito. Yeah, that's right. Mahito shaped his body. He was just a sad guy who wanted to belong. And the guy kind of reminds me of Robot from Invincible. Lastly, we have Mahito.
Hey yo, what the fuck?
Coop? Man, I hate that guy. Seriously, I really hate that guy. He's in this too, but is a lot tamer and does less than he did in the first season. He still has that childlike innocence that allows him to engage in the most horrendous deeds with a smile in his face, having the time of his life with no regard to what he's doing to people and how they could be feeling. He even treats things like they're some sort of game now. Oh yeah, there's also Jogo. I forgot about him. The guy with one big eye on his face and a volcano head. He has a very punchable voice. He also has a very punchable face. When I look at him, I think about Jujutsu and whooping and how well he deserves to be whooped. He's also semi-ambitious and wants to restore the curses as the dominant species on Earth. He wants to kill off all of humanity. Now, on to the show. Well, what can I say about Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2? It is very different from Season 1. Characters are the same with some new ones that show up, but it's different. The first season focused more on Itadori and his training and introduced cool concepts and stuff. Season 2 had a confusing start and then focused more on Gojo Satoru. It's not really a bad thing, it's how it goes. We're supposed to know what these characters are like beyond the lens of Itadori. I just think that at some point it strayed too far from what was going on with Itadori at times. I mean, the show has him as the main character, so keeping him out of the main focus for such a long time could be harmful to the story. Thankfully, it wasn't. It enriched the story because we got development and exploration of other characters. There's that. I don't get what happened with Gato. He was a good enough villain on his own, but then they revealed that he died and his brain has been replaced by someone or something else's. I mean, yeah, sure, but why? The character was already well developed and had a pretty good reason for being a bad guy. Why did you have to kill him? Worse off, why do it off screen? His relationship with Gojo was also a very good one. It reminded me of Obi-Wan and Anakin. Bad guys were a lot more dominant in this season. They just clocked the good guys at every turn. Seeing Itadori get whooped was harsh. Seeing Sukuna take over at will was also something that would not expect to see at all. Once again, the show broke new grounds. This isn't the kind of stuff that happens so soon in an anime. But then again, the seasons are short compared to most other anime of this kind of nature. Maybe that's why it happened so quickly. It still happened quicker than usual, though. I know I'm not gonna say that I wasn't hyped when I saw Sukuna kicking butt. I will, however, say that I wish it was Itadori doing it for Gojo. But then again, it served to show us just how powerful Sukuna is, and that is without him being at full power. I still find it weird how Sukuna looks like Itadori, even in his own realm. Would I like to discover that Itadori is a descendant of his?
Yeah.
Not my cup of tea, buddy. But hey, if the writer made it like that, then yeah, sure. The animation went down a bit in season 1. It was a bit better than what we see in season 2. The studio, Mappa, worked on both seasons, but this season was inferior in terms of graphics. I don't know if it's because of lots more fight scenes or not. What is definite is that there was a drop in quality. It's not drastic, and some may disagree, but if you take a very good look at it, you'll see it. It could tie to that overworked factor I brought up. It could be exactly that. It was not part of the grand design. This season was also very confusing because of all the technicalities it brought up with how cursed energy worked. Seriously, it was so confusing. I had to pay close attention and sometimes pause and rewind the episodes to properly understand what was being said. I just straight up gave up at some point. Like that time when Gojo was explaining how he survived Fushiguro's attack.
Reverse curse technique.
Exactly. When you stabbed me through the throat, I gave up on counterattacking and poured all my focus into the reverse curse technique. Cursed energy is negative energy. While it can enhance the body, it can't regenerate it. So you multiply that negative energy against itself to create positive energy. That's the reverse curse technique. Easier said than done. I could never do that till now.
My head would have popped if I kept trying to understand this. Despite being confusing, this season delved into some interesting lore. See, in season 1, the way I understood the direction of the show was this is just the adventures of Yuji Itadori fighting curses. And they would keep going forever since the curses are born out of negative human emotions. But then this season brought up an interesting thing. They discussed the possibility of destroying curses for good and finding a way to stop them from ever coming up again. So that's it. We get that as a sort of path for the characters. We have direction now. We can keep going. See, this is another thing I miss in TV shows: slow development. Not everything has to come up immediately. You can first get into the universe and then start seeing what the point of the show is, or what the characters are supposed to end up doing. Western media has forgotten that because Western audiences demand such things. They don't like slow but sure development. Well, at least the loudest ones on the internet. I like it. A show like Smallville would not have happened the same way if it was released today, and it would not have made it to 10 seasons. Bravo, JJK. You are playing your cards well. I like the show, but to be honest, I feel like I'm not ready for it psychologically. Or maybe I'm tired. There's just something tropey about it that I can't explain. I could tie it back to the first time I watched it. I only watched it because it was available, not because I wanted to or that I was curious about it. I mean, I was, but not enough to watch it. I hope you understand what I mean. My favorite character in this season is Mei Mei. I like her hair and her eyes. She also has the sexy voice. I wonder what it's like when she screams. That's enough information for one day. So, everyone, that was the Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2 talk. I hope you enjoyed it. Please follow our Facebook page, our Instagram page, and subscribe to our YouTube channel right here. You can also leave comments, check out our other videos across our channel. We have a lot of stuff going on here, and we'll have a lot more with time. We got our blog running again. We got a lot of stuff there. We're gonna have pictures, videos, poems. Yeah, We're gonna have poetry. It'll rhyme. We have a lot of ambition here and we will go through with it. One day we will have a lot of high quality content coming soon to entertain you. Have a good day.